I'm Kara Lee of Brave Journey Birth, and I am here with your weekly birth preparation video. The topic for today is why I think that all people should learn about cesarean birth when they're preparing to birth their baby, even if they are planning an unmedicated birth. Surprisingly, this is a little bit controversial, especially amongst birth workers. There are some birth workers who have a strong aversion to talking about cesarean, and it's a little bit a symptom of the love and light and wellness culture, which is not wanting to think about things that are uncomfortable. But first I'm going to talk today about semantics. The words we use matter around cesarean births, then why it's a little bit controversial, and why I think it's important that you learn about birth even if you're planning learn about cesarean births even if you're planning an unmedicated birth. So this came about because when I asked people what they wished they'd known before they birthed their baby, as I've been trying to get ideas for these videos, one of my friends wrote with a plea that she wished, and I've heard this from many people, she wished she'd learned more about cesarean birth because she birthed her baby via cesarean and she wasn't prepared. She hadn't learned anything about cesarean birth before having her baby via cesarean. So that's one of the reasons why I think it's important for everybody to learn about cesarean birth. Semantics, the words we use really matter. They influence the way that we think and feel about something. So close your eyes for a sec and envision what comes to your mind when I say the word C-section, or section them, or they ended up with a C-section. Now envision what comes to mind when I say things like cesarean birth, or they were born via cesarean, or they gave birth via cesarean. To me, those phrases evoke very different imagery, and for people who've birthed their babies via cesarean, they evoke very different feelings and imagery. And I think it's important that we watch our language to honor those who have birthed their babies via cesarean birth. So controversial, to me it's, well, I shouldn't be dismissive. Folks who do not think it's important to learn about cesarean birth feel that it is a problem to think about something that they don't want. So some people think that by not thinking about it, by not introducing the idea of cesarean to the people who they're teaching birth education classes to, that will somehow keep it from happening. And the other side of that is that they want their clients to think about what they want, to envision what they want, as if they can make that happen just by thinking about it. And this is really, this is a product of a bigger, larger problem in the love and light culture and the wellness culture, which is not wanting to look at difficult truths and thinking that by not thinking about something or by not learning about something that we can somehow imagine it away. So obviously I disagree with that. I think that it's important to learn about cesarean birth because, in my view, avoiding thinking about something gives it way too much power. It makes it stronger and scarier, and also keeps us from looking bravely at what could potentially be something that we need to address either in our community or in our lives. This is my life view, that we need to look bravely, look in the eyes of something that scares us rather than looking away or avoiding thinking about it. And I know it's hard, but I think it's important. And there are lots of reasons why a baby might be born via cesarean that have absolutely nothing to do with the individual who is birthing their baby. To be really pragmatic, I just looked up the stats for 2020, and the CDC stats for 2020 cesarean rate in the United States was 25% of low-risk pregnancies. So that means that 1 out of 4 pregnant people watching this video, or 1 out of 4 low-risk pregnant people watching, preparing for birth via the program I'm building, the online program I'm building, will be birthing their baby via cesarean, and I want them to be prepared. I want them to be prepared also to have what's called a gentle cesarean or a family-centered cesarean. And these are becoming more popular, more cesareans are offering them, and I want families to be prepared to advocate for that if their baby is going to be born via cesarean. Now I'm going to do an entire video about family-centered and gentle cesareans and what those can look like and what options might be in the birth room, the birth operation room. So there are evidence-based practices that can help lower a person's likelihood of birthing their baby via cesarean. These include prenatal care, birth education, quality labor support, birthing in an institution that values vaginal birth, and an institution that values the birthing family's values, and then just generally higher privileged people are more likely to have access to higher quality medical care. But many of the most impactful ways to lower cesarean rates are going to be achieved by changing the system and advocating for change at a policy level, not by making expectant families feel afraid of their baby being born via cesarean, and not by minimizing that experience. Birth is birth, and cesarean birth is a transformational experience for parents and for babies who are born via cesarean. Avoiding learning about or teaching about cesarean birth is setting 1 out of every 4 low-risk birthing family up for a scary experience that does not have to be scary. Learning about gentle cesareans and family-centered cesareans and birthing families' options in the operating room as they birth their baby via cesarean can ensure that cesarean births are honored as the transformative experiences that they are. Birth is birth. So, feel free to DM me and argue with me. That would be fine with me. I really am appreciating some of the dialogue that we're starting to get going here. And also, go to bravejourney.com and give me your email address if you want to be notified when I open registration for my birth preparation coaching and coaching program. I am still working on it. It's going to be an online program. It's birthing classes and coaching from me. And I really would love to be able to let you know when that's going to be available, if it's something you or someone you know and love would be interested in. So bravejourney.com. Thank you for listening. DM me, message me, let me know if there are other topics you want to hear about. I am loving hearing from you, and I certainly take what you say into account. Thank you.